At least we live. Welcome everybody to Race 1 Season 1 of Gtsa 2025. We have the one and only Ravanti in the commentary, who just destroyed Pool 4. Very far out of place, but it's nice to keep him down there because then he gets to do commentary with me. Rav, how's it going? See, we got Sam.
All good, man. What a race. It was chaotic, but any little edge of track limits could send you into a wall, into a nice thick of sand. You have to be very light on the corners here.
Yeah, no, it was good fun, except for the times I went into the barriers. We got sent into the barrier, spun, visited the sand trap, met barrier. I had a good couple trips. So let's see how Pool 1 does. We've got Apex Hollywood currently on a 20.9, which is a decent qualifying lap. My 20.8 earlier in practice was about 2 seconds faster than every one of my other laps tonight. We've got S&P in a nice Benetton livery modified to GTSA, looking good. Serious Sam currently third. Jensen, one of the favourites for high downforce cars from, I think, the Sam guys. OJJDS, Pace representing, Ghost Killer Pace, Cads, Lequera, Thunderdome currently 10th, Mr. DNG, Mr. Poontang Man, JWO and Rusty. That's the current order, but we've got another 3 minutes to go. So tell us about the strategy. I know you and the quick guys, how many laps did you do on softs and hards? What was the thought process?
Okay, so these guys, they're probably going to start on softs. I think that there's like a one-way strategy here. Seeing as we're starting off with 60% fuel, we're going to probably, or most, if not everyone, they all got soft tires, run for about 10-11 laps. 10 laps is possible, 11 laps soft, rest mediums, like Fluffy Butt says there in the chat. You can do 12 laps, but that's starting to push the limits again of the tires. But in the mediums is about the second slower per lap, or should be around the second slower, maybe even less, more or less. So yeah, they're going to be driving mediums for the latter part, the most part of the race, as it gets darker. The tires will be out there because the track is cold and so on. So it's going to be interesting to see what they all can do in terms of, because this is just going to be a pace race in terms of the race pace.
Good stuff. So just while we're watching qualifying, the guys are going to start their final lap shortly. Lowest fuel, tires still good, so that should be the fastest. Shout out to our sponsors for the season, Rhino Utilities and Right Recruitment with Mrs. DC Gaming. DC's mom is not going to do that. So shout out to our sponsors,
Yes.
Shark from Rhino and DC Gaming's mom at Right Recruitment. We do have a livery contest for the season, so I see we've got a couple nice team liveries here. We'll have to see each round. We're going to have a winner, and then after all the 12 rounds, we're going to have the previous 12 winners against each other for the final winner, who wins a nice, I think it's a BMW gift hamper with cars and posters and things. I'm not quite sure. If you're watching the stream, say hi, let us know how your race went. If I crashed into you, I apologize. Let me know in the comments. You see, we've got a 20.5 from Ghost Killer.
Speaking about crashes, I see it doesn't look like there's much liability, which is nice to see. Because these cars, they're not extremely fast, but they're extremely agile. So I have a feeling the back is going to be very close, especially in the first, I would even say like 6-7 laps. We'll probably see 5 laps of everyone being close by, then slowly starting to go up. We'll probably see the top 4 maybe get into their own little group, and then 5th to maybe 9th get into their own group. That's just what I'm thinking right now, but I mean, I'm sure all of these guys are. I mean, you see this DNG in 10th place now, just moved up as you're watching.
So the start order: Ghost Killer, Cads up in second, Jensen, S&P, Hollywood, Sam, OJJDS, True Spare. What's that? I don't even know how to say his name. Thunderdome, DNG, Rusty, Poontang Man, Lequera, and JWO. So we are up and away, lights out and away we go. Let's hope to have less chaos in turn 1 than Pool 4 did. Ghost Killer gets a nice start there. He's got the 2 Sam guys around him. Cads goes up the inside. S&P I think going up, everyone's inside. So we're having multiple old switcheroo here. That leaves S&P on the outside though for the next turn. Can he hold it? Does he end up on the sand? It's always a dangerous ploy there. Guys up behind us, so still side by side now. Ghost Killer and Cads, S&P running wide in the background. Hollywood was briefly up to 4th, but Jensen goes through on both of them. Hollywood down to 6th. We've got all that side by side action, and I think this is what I noticed in our pool, where so many guys in a row, but while you're battling, it lets the front guys get away. You can already see the top 3 opened up 2 seconds on Sam. S&P 5th, OJ now going to fight with him, and it looks like all the Sam cars in a train, a whole bunch of them coming into the corkscrew. Thunderdome sitting in 10th. Thunderdome, for those that don't know, is RBS GT Racing's new name. Putting Man has been wiped out at some point along with Rusty and Laquera. They 17 seconds back already. Ghost Killer has a nice little 1 second lead from the 2 Sam boys, Cads and Jensen. And then Sirius, Sam, S&P Pro. So we've got Pace 1-4 and Sam 2-3. Looks like it could be signalling a team versus team for the season. What do you think, Rob?
I think so. I mean, I think there's 5 or 6 Sam drivers in Pool 1, and same with 4 or 5 Pace drivers in Pool 1. 4, looks like 4. So Sam definitely showing off their title right now. And yeah, it's going to be close. We know Sam, the team Sam, not Serious Sam. Sam has a lot of fast runners, and they picked up a lot of new fast runners in the series for now for this season.
Yeah, I
so
believe
they were really close.
They had the fast cars already, but they were playing F1 and not Gran Turismo, so they decided to bring in some reinforcements, I think. And it's always good to good to have more guys here. We've got a nice little battle going through the corkscrew. Let's go back to the front. Are you're not in the lobby? You're watching on YouTube, eh?
Yeah, I'm watching on YouTube.
Okay.
I'm gonna jump into the lobby now and cause like a lag spike or anything.
Definitely. Ghost Killer upping that lead to 1.7.
We just saw Sam in the background go into the grass.
Yeah, that's put him on the back
Sam
foot.
is catching up 2 teams, Sam.
and the Sams behind him is actually S&P 3 Pro, who's not Sam or Pace. So, loving that Pace livery as always. The red and black.
Yeah, it's like a Pokemon game. It's Team Blue versus Team Red currently, based on the liveries.
Got to catch them all. That's about all I know of Pokemon. I did see some dust there, but I think Cads nicked the grass because Jensen's right on him now.
I wonder if they're going to give team orders or just battle for position. It'll be fun to see, like the teammates go at each other.
The next battles, it's OJ with Truce. How would you say Truce PE? Trust T-Russ PE?
Yeah.
Cads goes all the way down to 8th.
Oh.
Our second place runner cracked under pressure, so now it's Sam Pace. Jensen holding the flag high for the Sam guys ahead of Sam. Not at all confusing.
Yeah, and it's very Sam ahead of Sam and then Sam behind Team Sam.
S&P 3 Pro behind.
Trying to catch up to Team Sam.
S&M are 2 of the 3 letters that make up Sam.
This thing says inside information, Steve.
Who said that?
Burnsipo, Stings, I'm just checking in the comments as well. Stings, good evening. Sean as well with a big hello. Burnsipo with a big hello. And yeah, and then just watching all the action unfold so far. You see now Ghost Killer has a decent lead. I think near approaching 3 seconds. Then Jensen, Sam, and was it SMP3 all in a close little group together. And then another group behind is, I think, 6 up until 9, thereabouts.
Just behind them is Cads and JW. CAD's all the way down from 2nd to 10th. We've got Mick White saying go Jensen and the Sam boys. Sorry, we're going forward. Mr. D&G, I'm surprised to see him in 9th. He's normally a high downforce specialist. He's right behind Thunderdome.
Yeah, and I was not gonna say in qualifying, the lap times were so close. I think Mr. DNG just pipped into 10th place at the end of qualifying, and he was a second. Ooh, I see it on the
big wobble.
And was OJ going off slightly there. But yeah, very easy to happen because these guys are pushing so hard, and you can just edge onto the sand without like completely spinning. Yeah. But it is tough and it is risky.
Like OJ in 5th place just at a 20.8, and Ghost Killer's got the fastest at 20.6. So OJ flying along at the moment. He's got Hollywood quite close behind him. S&P's got a comfortable 4th, second behind Sam, and 1.8 ahead of OJ. He's also just done a 20.9. Sam did a 20.6. He's catching up to Jensen at a 20.0. And Ghost Killer did a 20.9 basically last time around. So they're all in that 20.6 to 21 range. That's the thing. So it's going to come down to tyres, fuel savings. When do you pit? If you put a lap or two earlier and fit the mediums, how quick are you on mediums compared to softs? Looks like
I think towards
Jensen's
the
just had a bit of a
softs,
wide line through the corkscrew. Sam's looking to attack here.
Ooh.
Jensen defending. Can he go around the outside on this fast corner? He can't, but he just can't get back. This is bringing S&P. They've lost a second to Ghost Killer in that little exchange. And now S&P's right on the back of Sam. So we've got a battle for second, third, fourth, and then there's a couple groups behind catching as well. They bring themselves together and they're letting Ghost Killer get away.
Yeah, and I think that at this point the guys are noticing, well, SMP, Sam and Jensen all noticing they are very close on pace, so maybe it's just a matter of let's try and consolidate. Jensen might be thinking, let's just try and consolidate and defend second position as hard as possible. So as to not lose out. Sam goes very wide onto the sand.
You saw that in the background. So S&P's gone through to third there. They've given Jensen a second gap, a little bit of breathing room. But now that's bringing OJ within 1.3. And he's going to have clean tyres. He's got a whole group behind him, even though he is running good pace. It's OJ, Hollywood right on his tail, True from Sam, Thunderdome, and Mr. D&G. D&G's only 8.6 off the lead, and he's in 9th place.
Yeah, exactly. Well, close to that everyone is.
You'd say that he gets a little bit of a wobble there.
Tiny little battles, they close a little bit seconds.
Cad's back on his pace, but that 27.9 on lap 3 hurt him. He lost about 7 seconds, and he's 10 seconds off the lead. True's P.
True's P.
Yeah.
True's P. Yeah, and evening Gtsa and chat. Good evening to Lou, Joshua. Fafenbach says, Honey, get up there, get back up there. And Hollywood had an amazing seeding time earlier a few weeks back. But yeah, now he's just not managing to break the likes of OJ. I think OJ doesn't usually break under pressure. So we'll see if he can keep defending. Because it's kind of tough for these cars to overtake straight line. They don't gather that much speed fast enough, even in the slipstream.
Yeah, the thing with Hollywood is he's definitely got pace once he settles in, but he's stuck behind OJ. I had a similar thing in my race where you might have a couple tenths on the guys ahead, but to get past them, you really got to line them up or force them into a mistake.
Yeah, exactly that. So it'll either be Hollywood will try and maybe fake a move here and there to see if he can.
We say that OJ does go wide there. Hollywood's trying what I did, to look for the cutback, but that puts you on the outside in the very fast corner. The second last turn, OJ is heavy on the defense now. Let's just bunch that whole group right back up again. OJ gets wide and on the gravel coming out of turn 1. Hollywood actually, I think, clipped the back of him. He still managed to go past, but I think they're both going to have dirty tyres now.
That should weigh off by the time they get to turn 1. See, now OJ's If Hollywood is going to have to do the defending again. We'll see how he does under the pressure now, because he's got a gap in front of him, 2.5 seconds up to Sam. But yeah, half a second between OJ, True Speed, Thunderdome, and G was like a gaggle of like 5 cars fighting for position.
Yeah, so just to go to the front, Ghost Killer's 3.5 ahead of Jensen. That gap's been pretty stable. S&P right behind, 1 second. He's got Sam second behind. Then it's 2 seconds to Hollywood, who's ahead of OJ. We saw Thunderdome's just gone past OJ JDS. True Speed is looking to get past OJ, so OJ is defending and it's going to give Thunderdome a bit of a gap. Now let's see what Thunderdome can do. That he's got a 1.5 seconds ahead of him to Hollywood. Two guys that know each other well. I think they even practice together at times.
Penalty as well, so that's going to hurt him.
Let's see if he serves it now. Next, he's got 3 Sams on his butt, so you know, that's going to.
Yeah, but he's been saying since the practice and everything, he doesn't like this track, he doesn't like this car, so it's not a combo he's enjoying from his mouth himself. So.
10 laps in and he's only 10 seconds off the pace on the 10th lap. We've got some Sam on Sam, Cad's going up past Mr. DNG. He finally gets out of 10th place that he's been in since he went off on lap 3.
Maybe that's a bit of team orders.
It looked like quite a strong move, so I think they're free to race at the moment. We'll probably have to get M-Wolf on Mr. DNG looking back up the inside, but doesn't go for it. Wouldn't have been a great place. Saw someone kicking up dirt into the horribly fast uphill corner. Looks like everyone made it through though. Thunderdome
that corner is so devastating with the dirty air.
Yeah.
You can't take it at like high speed as you would normally.
I've visited
the dirty air plays quite a factor,
dirt a few times, going slower than I used to, and it was probably dirty air. I'll take it. Hollywood's closing in on Sam's down to 1 second now. 1.3 round about there, 1.2. Just depends on the line they take. Out front, S&P's right behind Jensen. Jensen didn't have a great last lap at 21.7, 21.6 the lap before, 21.5 and 21.2 for S&P. So S&P's definitely also got some pace, but he needs to get past Jensen and chase after Ghost Killer. Sam's 2 seconds behind them. Hollywood now, he did 22 last lap, Hollywood 21.3, 21.9 for Thunderdome. So I expected Thunderdome to come forward, but Hollywood's showing his pace after getting past OJ. We're now 10 laps into the 29, 1/3 of the way. You can see those front tyres are looking very second hand on quite a few of these cars. As I go up the list though, you can see Ghost Killer's quite good, S&P's aren't bad. I think Sam's are probably the best of the front runners, those front tyres. He's also got more fuel than Jensen and Ghost Killer. So Sam and S&P can close up a couple seconds here at the refueling on the probably the next lap for Ghost Killer, and the other two will do a 12th lap. I actually expected these guys to go maybe a little bit longer. I thought they'd be doing 13, 14 on softs.
It's the tires though. Once the tires hit that, I would say after the update, that 30% threshold,
yeah,
you start to lose a lot of time. Like at this point, Ghost Killer could probably set faster lap times on mediums.
Yeah, definitely.
If you're dipping into 22s.
Well, that's I'm comparing it to my horrible driving. I killed tires and fuel, and I could get 11 laps without trying to fuel save. And my tires look similar to this. I thought I was a lot heavier.
Yeah, you'd be surprised also, and I think these cars in general also just save tires that bit better. But it's also like if you're really trying to overdrive the car, and I mean even with you and like Triv's experience, you can see like those minor changes are happening. And I mean with the new physics updates and everything, it's made things just that little bit easier, more accessible, whether you're on controller or wheel.
Hollywood's right on Sam now. He's the fastest of the top 5 on the last 2 laps. We'll see now. He's might start. I think we're going to have Ghost Killer and Jensen coming in now. Let's see. Ghost Killer's into the pits. Lap 11. He's 4.2 of Jensen. Does Jensen go in? He's going to have to. Like I said, Sam comes in, but S&P and Hollywood stay out.
Now we're gonna see.
Anyone
Are they
else?
gonna be undercut?
Thunderdome
SMP
staying
did
out.
a really good job with the tires also.
Yeah, S&P, Hollywood and Thunderdome staying out. Jay also, Mr. 00, he can do another 2 laps, I'm sure, looking at his fuel. Maybe that's Jay's strategy.
I'll see. But the only problem is saving fuel with these cars also reduces the power output so much. This thing wants to pretty much line every gear. So saving fuel just takes away a little bit too much power, and you'll lose, I would say, maybe like maybe half a tenth per corner, depending on what gear you're exiting in, which adds up in the long run. Okay, everyone else going on to mediums, and we'll see. Is the undercut going to work, or is the overcut going to work? We'll see, especially with Hollywood and Sam. We'll see the two of them. We can gauge from there.
So we've got the leaders coming round. They're going to go into the pits this time for S&P, definitely. He's on fumes. He's 1.7 ahead of Hollywood. Hollywood's also in. Thunderdome's going to have to come in. Jay doesn't have to come in. I don't think. He might, but the other guys on 0, 1 and 2% fuels. Yep, he's coming in, but he is on 7% fuel. So now we're going to see he's going to close up a little bit of time on the guys ahead of him with the extra lap and having a little bit more fuel.
The thing is that because of the fueling rate being so fast, you'll gain maybe, I think you'll gain maybe 2 tenths at most. It's not that significant unless the fuel rate was much slower. As if you can gauge if the fuel rate is like 10 or above, then you don't need to put that much more into fuel saving, unless fuel saving can save you an extra pit stop, which in this case it doesn't. I see now the guys coming out, everyone else going on to through the first corners.
Ghost Killer, S&P, Apex and Hollywood are all through. Sam's through. Thunderdome's in 6. So who was out there? Hollywood went in. S&P's up to second with that.
No, Sam lost.
S&P, he jumped Jensen and he's made up about a second on Ghost Killer by staying out that 1 lap. Hollywood's jumped Sam as well into 4th. I think. Yeah, Hollywood was right behind Sam.
It looks like Sam lost quite a bit of time. He might have a mistake on these in-lap.
No, he had a mistake a little bit earlier that he was just about 2 seconds off Jensen. He's still around about there.
Great recovery by Hollywood,
Yeah, Holly, I think, is going to cause a few problems for Jensen now if he stays on track. We're hitting the dirt as I speak. S&P's got a second on Jensen, but he is 4.3 behind Ghost Killer, so he's got to get those medium tires up to temperature. It takes a lap or so. A nice strategy by S&P and Hollywood, both gaining a position. Now we've got 15 laps, 16 laps to the end, and in theory no stops. So
no more stop for any of the guys. But also the medium tires take about, let's say, a lap and a half to really come into it. So I thought that S&P. I thought Hollywood will maybe gain some more time on Jensen, but they are running like pretty much together right now. S&P has made a bit of a gap, which is nice to see. And Sam just can't get that pace that he needs to catch up to this 3rd and 4th place group, 2nd, 3rd and 4th at least. It does look like it's like a 5 to 2nd place is in the works. We'll see Jensen and Hollywood, they are starting to close up against S&P 3 Pro, and in certain corners like off the course to just if S&P just opens the gap a little bit.
Just move your mic there a little bit, Rob. You're sounding just a little bit muffled the last minute or so.
Okay.
That's better. What were you doing?
I can see there's Liv. No, I think my mic was just over my chin. And yeah, Liberty is in the chat saying, have a lucky season. We will. Single-seater championship. So that's all about the drivers this time around.
Should be a one make. Obviously, the SF races you can have a Toyota or Honda, but Hollywood riding into the back of Jensen there. Yeah, the Toyota or Honda isn't really much difference. It's not like taking a GR3 Mazda and a GR3 Lamborghini, for example.
Yeah, exactly. No, so they're pretty much the same on performance. But we'll see. Hollywood just now does push Jensen just to a little bit of lead. Sam does close the gap slightly, but at the rate they're going, Jensen and Hollywood are just going to open up the gap again. Thunderdome also right there, following like by Trispens, DNG, OJ down to 9th now. Yeah, he's still just staying on defense.
Yeah, I was going to say, Cads has dropped back behind Mr. DNG. DNG's got past OJ, and Cads is still stuck behind him. So, unless he made a mistake, I see he just did a. What was the other guy's? No, his outlaps were similar to everyone. So his normal pace, I think it's just must have made a mistake before the pit stop again. So he's up past OJ now, yeah. But into 9th, our early second place runner. So, we've got Jay still sitting in 11th. It's hard to make up time. He's only 20 seconds behind the leader after 16 laps, but he's P11.
All those tiny little mistakes, but Ghost Killer is looking so composed. No mistakes at all from his side. S&P also extending the gap, which is nice to see. Laquera, unfortunately, just had a bad start and it just went from bad to worse. So just very unlucky race for Laquera. But S&P keeping that gap between, like, let's say 4.8 to 5.2, staying within that range, which is maybe foreshadowing for what we're going to see in the future.
Yeah, I've got Ghost Killer down as one of the favourites for the season, but I don't think he's going to have it all his way in all the races. Just looking here, we've got guys like Jensen, Hollywood, S&P, Thunderdome, and then there's surprises like Mr. DNG, Cads, OJ, JOO. I think Laquera, they're all guys that have been in podium positions on Pool 1 races. And then we've got some new guys.
Yeah, and remember... And also another thing...
2 seconds for OJ.
Sam... Yeah, I saw that. Sam is a single-seater type of team. So this in essence, this should be their season to consolidate that, defend that title and everything. But we'll see.
I would agree,
it's
but
not all said and done.
Yeah, Gran Turismo single seaters definitely don't drive like a F1 car.
Definitely not F1.
Even the F1 cars when we had
space last year.
Yeah, when we had, what was that thing? The W11 Merc in Gran GT Sport.
Yes. Oh wow, that was fun.
The very brief amount of time I've done on F1 on PlayStation, the comparison between that and the GT Sport F1 was very different. But yeah,
it's completely different. But yeah, go ahead.
No, so I was going to say I always compare these Red Bull Junior cars to just call them high downforce GR4s because they're slightly slower on the top end, but similar lap times, and you can obviously throw it a little bit more around in a turn with the high downforce.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm keen to see what the guys do next week though, because the F3500 is a machine.
It's a monster.
Absolute machine.
That I'm going to, just while we're talking about it, Pool 1 and 2, you do have traction control for that, because if I watch Pool 1 World Tour Aliens running traction control 2 and 3 on those cars, I think I may as well allow it for you guys.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you really gonna be evil enough to take away traction control for those things? That's insane.
I think for
we did a little fun race.
Yeah, okay. You did a fun race?
Okay, so PSR had just a little fun series of races, road cars, GT cars, and whatever, and they had put in the F3500. And it is possible to run it without any traction control. I was testing the waters to see, like, if by chance, like, doing that running those cars without traction control. It's possible, but it is so scary. You really have to 20% throttle on the exit and then slowly edge your way into 100%. You cannot flat foot that car in second, third, or fourth gear. It will lose traction. It will spin out. So there's just a little tip for everyone going into next week's race. Either run traction control or know how to control your throttle.
Yeah. Well, when they had the launch, they brought that Monza time trial, and I thought, let me just try drive this in quickly with my controller, and obviously on no TC because that's how we all roll. I think I was doing like 15 seconds off the lap times on the 5 or 6 laps I did. That was without finishing the lap, because it was always red because I'd run wide or half spin or go into the bush.
Yeah, no, they were absolutely
it is a monster.
crazy vehicles.
I think for the wildcard late reveal race, I should make it that F3500 at somewhere like the Nürburgring with no traction control in the rain. Heavy rain. What do you think?
That sounds like a lot of fun. If you allow
guys will shout at me.
Fun to pass and everything.
As we see, the
allow
lights
wall
are getting,
riding, and I think maybe
lights are getting bright now.
No.
The sun's set
Steven
and
needs a 5-second penalty.
Ghost Killer's up to almost 7 seconds ahead now. S&P's also built a bit of a gap. It's still Jensen with Hollywood trying to find a way past, sitting behind there.
Look at that consistency on Ghost Killer though. The times are just it's crazy. I mean, all of these guys, each lap separated by 0.1 to 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, those 21s on mediums are good. Mid 21s. Exactly. I suppose it's a second off what he was doing on soft, but we can see the other guys like S&P 21, 22, 23, 21, 22, 0, 22, 3. So that's where he's lost a second here, a couple tenths there. 22s consistently from Jensen. So obviously Hollywood is stuck right behind him. You can see he just wants to get past there, up within 3 tenths now. I saw Sam was closing in on him as well. Jensen's been the widest car on track all night.
Yeah, man's been a bus parking sideways on the track. Just no one can get past him. SMD that he got, I think he just got the overcut on him.
Yeah.
But I don't think Jensen has been properly overtaken besides by Ghost Killer in the first lap.
No.
I think Jensen has just properly defended. That is a proper defense drive. Hollywood looking for the move, but just can't seem to make it happen. Oh yeah, by the way, everyone, the whole chat is saying no thanks to Nürburgring, the F3500.
Lyric disagrees. He says he wants Nürburgring.
In the background. You see, all this battling from Hollywood, all the defense from Jensen, that's just giving Sam that extra little bit of
he's
hundredths of a second per
made
corner.
Up half a second in the last lap or so. Jensen running wide and Hollywood almost goes into the back of him. That's going to give another couple of tenths to Sam, but then once Sam joins the train, he's also in the same situation.
Yeah, and once again, dirty air, which is also going to be a major thing in the F3500. Those things with dirty air, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. It's going to be majorly focused on qualifying and clean air.
Right,
that's what I think for next race.
This final place on the podium battle shaping up here, but we're just going to quickly go through the field. Behind them, as I change True Spec or True P does a 360 coming out up the hill, then loses 2 places to his teammates, Mr. DNG, and Cads is up to 8th. Cads has finally got out of 10th and 9th place and gets up to 8th. OJ is 10th, JWO is still in his 11th place. He's doing a tribute to the team leader with number 11, Mr. Putang Man, he's 12th, Laquera 13th. Not Laquera's best night, someone who often shines in
Rusty also.
Rusty's he won't mind, I'm sure. Can be inconsistent. I've seen him have pool 1 winning pace, and I've seen it beaten him in a few races in pool 2 and 3.
Yeah, so something must have happened. Yeah, lap 18, 1:38. So he must have gone round, which gave Laquera a nice gap to him as well.
Okay, let's go see Ghost Killer. The gap's come down to 5.5, so S&P hasn't quit. He did a 22.3 and a 21.7. I think it was just that last lap, but it's down from 7 to 5.5. Sam's ahead of Hollywood and Jensen, so Murphy's Law, as soon as I move away. Jensen's lost 3 seconds there. He must have gone off at some point. But I think that was with the overtake, because Sam's made 2 places. Sam, who made a small error earlier, I think, because he was on... Oh no, he got jumped in the pit stop.
Yeah, he got jumped in the pit stop, and I think it was on the in-lap. I will say Hollywood is going to again go from attack to defense to attack again. Oh, and just gets on the sand there, going on the exit of the last corner. Ooh, that's danger, that. My stomach. I've done that myself as well, and it's not a great feeling.
So Hollywood still wants that third place.
No, Holly,
he has to get past Sam this time. We've got 6 laps to go still.
Yeah, anything can happen. Oh, Hollywood will be using every inch, even dirt on the track. Sam goes a little bit wide. Oof, that's sand. That's the sand for Sam.
Hollywood finally gets his third, but Sam's going to look for the cutback here. We also still don't know what happened with Jensen, if there's a report pending.
Yeah, barring any reports, Hollywood is now moved up to 3rd. Very, very nice and quick comeback from him. We'll see. Finally, in some clear air, so can he pull away from Sam is the question. Sam has to deal with dirty air and attacking.
Yeah, he did pull away earlier and then got stuck behind Jensen, but I don't see him making up without mistakes the 8 seconds to S&P 3 Pro, who's caught another half a second on Ghost Killer.
To consolidate his third.
I think Ghost Killer's on cruise control at the moment. His gap's coming down, but it's only a couple tenths a lap. He knows he just has to not make mistakes at the moment. I say that on the replay, you'll see he just clips the dirt anyway. And that's the thing with this track. What really annoyed me with my driving was like this corner, you come in and you can put your wheel on the curb. Even sometimes in practice I was putting it on the other side of the sausage.
Yes.
But then one lap you'll put it on the other side and it will throw you off. It will spit you onto the outside of the track randomly. So the idea is avoid all red sausages. Especially the one
that's the thing
Ghost
though, and
Killer's
also
just gone past.
That's the danger zone.
This one Hollywood and Sam are approaching now. On the inside especially there. Hollywood
so I managed my fastest lap when I was still running practice. I managed a 20.1, and it was just a lap that everything went perfectly. Managing all the apex.
21.1.
I actually attacked the sausage.
Was it a 21.1 or a 21?
20.1.
Because Ghost Killer's on
that was my fastest
20.6.
I was able to do here. Yeah, he actually did a 19.8 in practice.
In your practices.
Ridiculous.
Just looking at Hollywood's got that almost a second on Sam at the moment, but then we have a huge battle behind. 1.6 seconds behind we have Jensen, then Thunderdome half a second, 1.2 to DNG, CADS, then 3 seconds to True, and then we have the OJ JOO 10th and 11th that they've been in for a little while, Butane, Liquera and Rusty. But the gap's come down to 4.3 now. I don't think Ghost Killer's any trouble. He's got enough. I thought maybe it's short fueled or something by mistake, but it looks like he's got enough. He's got more than S&P does. His tires are a little bit more worn.
Yeah, definitely. And I meant to say earlier, once S&P that he starts to get into his rhythm and finds his pace, he becomes extremely fast, lap after lap after lap. Is really, really commendable, and you can see it happening here. It's not over yet. Any slight mistakes by Ghost Killer, S&P is going to capitalize on them. And Hollywood, you can see how much he's pushing the car, squirreling at every corner, out of the corkscrew there, trying to just consolidate that third place. And I'm looking for any mistake that Hollywood makes to try and gain on it.
He's got 1.3, 1.2 seconds. He must just consolidate and take it easy from here, manage a gap. If you look behind Sam though, he's got 2.1 seconds now on Thunderdome, but then you just see a whole train of lights. Jensen, Mr. DNG.
Yeah, it's quite close.
I think he's also got it under control with 3.5, 4 laps left, but he also wants to manage at 2 seconds and not drop off, get involved in that battle behind. Then we have Thunderdome. Goes past Jensen, I'm not sure what happened there. Cads is in 8th. So we're having some Sam on Sam battling.
Oh.
Thunderdome's sitting in 5th at the moment.
All the way down.
Thunderdome's had a good comeback as well. He was also, I think, further down the order at the start of the race and qualifying than I expected. 10th, 11th, somewhere there.
Yeah, and that's the thing about Thunderdome also. He tends to just find his own groove. He finds himself so much like not battling, just staying in clear air in his own little gap, trying to catch the guy in front while trying to create a gap to the guy behind him. You can see it's a small gap, it's still a gap. We races in clean air.
Yeah, Hollywood.
And then the three Sam guys, DNG, Cads, and Jensen.
I was going to say Hollywood butchered his race with that qualifying because his pace is matching Ghost Killer and S&P at the moment. He was fastest in the early 20s, and now they're running similar pace. Got 2 seconds on Sam. Sam's still got 2 seconds on Thunderdome, 2 seconds to DNG. Then we've got some more Sam on Sam battling with Cads. Cads has had an exciting race all the way down to 2nd, all the way down to 10th. Now he's challenging for 6th. Still only 20 seconds off the lead. I say
you
that,
can
and
see
he's dirt tracking a little bit there. But 20 seconds off the lead on lap 27.
You see, that's the thing about this season. We don't have guys that's like ridiculously fast. Like, I mean, Leviticus and VSR Richard, they were on like just that little bit faster compared to the rest of the group. With this current, I would even say like top 10 drivers. I mean, honestly, the top 15 here currently, this whole pool one, are actually like so closely knit together. It's just all those minor mistakes. I think like Shane going onto the sand, losing out a little time. And I think all of these guys, we're gonna see positions changing. We're gonna see different winners. I think we're going to see a very close knit points on, I would say 6. I mean, you can't count out Jensen, you can't count out Case, you can't count out Mr. DNG, you can't count on Thunderdome or Sam. Yeah. But Hollywood, SMP3 and Ghost Killer are just slightly edging ahead of the rest of the group.
Thunderdome's taken another half a second out of Sam, but I think he's going to run out of time. But if you just look at the tyre wear here on Sam versus Thunderdome, you'll see Thunderdome's used his inside right more, but he's inside right, his front right more, and his front left is the outside is less than Sam's. So it's like they seesaw, just the different driving styles probably. They're all on the mediums. Mr. DNG currently 6th.
Sam went a lot on the sand there, going in towards the
Cads was ahead of Jensen. So Jensen ran 2nd for so long, and now he's dropped down to 8th. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I saw Jensen actually gave DNG and Cads positions earlier.
But he's got more fuel than Cads. I don't know if he's battling a bit with the tyres. OJ's quite low on fuel. He should make the last lap though. But just looking who's overfueled, like Jay's got enough to do another 3-4 laps still. Mr. Putang Man also could do another 3-4 laps. So onto the last lap is Ghost Killer pace. He hasn't put a foot wrong. Gap's down to 3.6, but he got the lead at the start and he opened a gap on first. It was Cads and Jensen, and then Sam was behind him at one stage, then S&P, and he's managed that gap the whole race. Might not have had the fastest pace in the second half of the race, but he hasn't needed to. Like you say, he could probably go faster. S&P, what's he doing? S&P was the second quicker last time around, but that's, I think Sam Ghost Killer just had an off lap. We're going to run with Ghost Killer right into the finish here. Last corner.
I mean, look at that gap to Hollywood, up to 10 seconds.
Yeah,
Ghost Killer and SMP3.
it was around nine and a half
maybe
when it's only gone up by about half a second in the last 6 laps since he got through on Jensen. Ghost Killer wins, takes points in round 1. SMP second, great performance, jumping Sam in the, who was it? He jumped Jensen in the pits. Hollywood comes through for third. He opened up 3.2 in the end on Serious Sam. Sam just holds on from Thunderdome, 0.8. 4.9 to Mr. DNG. Cads ends up 7th after his adventures. Jensen also 8th after his. True P, I don't know. He is 9th. JWO.
To speak.
Yeah. Jay gets OJ. I think OJ had a 2-second penalty a couple laps ago. Jay got past him. He did a 31 on the last lap. I think he ran out of fuel, possibly. Mr. Pete Hangman, 12th. Laquera, 13th, coming through now, representing MGR. And then we're going to have Rusty wrapping it up for us. So,
well done to the top 3, says Sean. Well done Apex from Fluffybutt. Well done Bryson from Trivs. Ravs was sandbagging the whole race. I mean, I wasn't, but I was just taking it easy, honestly. The score is undrivable from Alonso.
No, JWO, it's not undrivable, it's GP2 engine. GP2 engine. So yeah.
Looks like Guniwe went with plan C and OJ went with plan F. Yeah, look at the closeness on the fastest laps. 120.6, 120.9, 120.9, 120.6, 120.7, 121.1, 121.2, 120.8. Like half a second separates the
Thunderdome in Hollywood. Fastest laps were in traffic, getting past people when the softs were still good. I don't know when the other guys were, but I think they had a bit more free air early on. But anything under 21 was quick. Even Jensen 20.8. Next page, we had 20.8 from OJJDS. He also defended like a lion for quite a while, but then had I think he had a small error and got some dirt on the tires, and then he was bullied by about 3-4 cars in one lap. And it was a long race. Well done to all the guys. That's round 1.
Yeah, I see.
Rhino Utilities.
Is it? I don't know if. Yeah, go ahead.
Rhino Utilities and Right Recruitment, sponsored by. I'm doing the Yoda backwards version. So yeah, Mr.
Save the replay to upload for me. Thank you.
I think. What was I going to say? Yeah.
Yeah. So
Gideon
McWhite. You say a Trispy. So we have a Trivzy and we have a Trispy. So okay, we have to say it Trispy.
Yeah.
Cool, but a phenomenal race by all the guys tonight. Everything was close. Again, that's why I love to watch these races. It's action packed. There's always overtakes, attacking, defending, different strategies, overcuts, undercuts. That's why I love to watch the races. Well done to all the guys.
Shout out to everyone. Apologies for putting you through listening to me, and I hope you enjoyed Trivs as always. We shall see you next week, Thursday, for round 2. Ravs and Trivs. Too many zivs. But that's us. We'll catch you next week. We forgot
Have
one
a good
thing.
weekend, guys.
We forgot driver of the day.
Driver of the day. I think Thunderdome for me. Thunderdome. Otherwise, I could be biased and just say the pace guys, but Thunderdome. It's between Thunderdome and Hollywood for me.
Yeah.
Hollywood with a great comeback, Thunderdome great comeback, but I think Thunderdome for me because there was no issues, there was no incidents, there was no bumping and grinding to pass. He just used the space to climb up from the lower end of the
Field.
The lower end of the field. Yes, thank you.
I'll just
back up to a top 5 finish.
I'll give it to those two and Ghost Killer. And no, never mind. SMP as well. Those 4, top 5. Everyone gets driver of the day. Okay, Bye.
Everyone is done for the day. Good night.